States looking for a war with Iran, the Trump administration will now financially penalize anybody that buys Iran's oil and will also impose sanctions on Iran's iron, steel, aluminum, and copper sectors.
This is the most drastic step the U.S. government has ever taken toward Iran, and it comes at a time when Iran was actually abiding by an agreement it reached with the Obama administration. So frankly, it makes no sense.
In 2018, President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the Iran nuclear deal, an international agreement unanimously endorsed by the UN Security Council. It's not that Iran was deemed to have violated the deal. International inspectors and even U.S. intelligence certified that it was in full compliance. Trump rejected the agreement itself, having vowed on the campaign trail to take a harder line against Iran. Although the U.S. does hardly any business with Iran, Trump aimed to deprive Iran of its prime source of revenue by threatening sanctions against countries that buy its oil. After a year of so-called waivers to countries like China, India, South Korea, Japan, and Turkey, those threats of sanctions have now come into effect.
So the United States doesn't buy any oil from Iran and hasn't for a very long time. But what it's trying to do is tell the rest of the world how it should conduct foreign trade. And needless to say, most countries resent being told whether they can deal with this country or that country. It's only because of the power of the dollar in the U.S. financial system, because most transactions have to pass through the American financial system, that we even have the power to do this at all.
Some analysts think that the Trump administration's policy is short-sighted, could backfire in a number of ways, and even set the U.S. on a path to war with Iran. Many also see its purpose as being to create such deprivation among ordinary Iranians that they rise up and overthrow the regime, a long-standing goal of Washington hawks and Iran's regional foes. Though European powers like France, Germany, and the UK oppose the US withdrawal from the nuclear deal and the new sanctions, Washington hopes to pressure them to comply by implementing secondary sanctions. These block foreign companies from doing business in the US if they also do business in Iran.
So some of Iran's remaining oil customers are likely to fall in line and comply with US demands. However, the situation is much more complicated when it gets to China, Turkey, and India. They all have their own separate calculations and horse trading with the US and relations with Iran that they have to balance. It's complicated and it's hard to predict in which direction these countries would move, but they will be the ones who will make or break the US's maximum pressure strategy against Iran.
At first, it might seem like Trump turning up the pressure and reimposing sanctions will get the Iranians to comply to his demands. After all, sanctions forced Iran to sign that 2015 nuclear agreement, right? Not quite. The accord could only become a reality because the U.S. met Iran halfway.
So yes, sanctions played a role, but more important is a diplomatic strategy that makes sense, where a country can see that it will get benefits if it agrees to certain concessions. And those benefits were supposed to be an end to a lot of the sanctions, an ability to sell oil freely again, and to have foreign investment, and to see the economy grow in Iran. And that's where the Iranians have been cheated, because so far they've been following the restrictions they agreed to on their program, but they're not getting the benefits.
There lies the difference between Trump's Iran policy and the Obama approach that he has reversed. The Obama administration believed that avoiding another massive U.S. military intervention in the Middle East required diplomacy. Obama and his advisors also believed that it was necessary to make realistic demands and offer clear incentives to Iran to prevent it from gaining the means to build nuclear weapons. Although Obama initially increased sanctions on Iran, he also saw that sanctions had failed to curb the country's nuclear program. In fact, quick history lesson. From 2001 to 2006, the Bush administration had attempted to halt Iran's enrichment program by using a mixture of diplomacy and threats of force.
States like these and their terrorist allies constitute an axis of evil.
Guess what? It didn't really work, and Iran continued expanding its nuclear program and began to build thousands of centrifuges to enrich uranium. Later, despite significantly tightening sanctions, the Obama administration recognized that this was not stopping Iran from expanding its nuclear program in a way that would give it the means to build a bomb. That's why Obama concluded that by staying on the sanctions path, the US would be left with only two options: either accepting Iran as a nuclear weapons capable nation or starting a war to prevent.
ظرفیت تولید محصول غنیسازی کشور بدون اضافه نمودن زنجیره و یا سانتریفیوژ با برخی تغییرات فنی به حدود 4 برابر افزایش یافته و اطلاعات طراحی در این خصوص به آژانس بین المللی انرژی اتمی ارائه شده است.
What Iran is doing right now is they are saying that they have waited for the Europeans, for the Chinese, the other parties to the Iran nuclear deal to take steps to compensate for the effect of U.S. sanctions that have been put in place over the last year since President Trump withdrew from the deal, essentially violating the deal. So they're now taking some initial steps, beginning these steps to bump up against some of the limits of the agreement, which are numerous.
We have no indication that anything's happened or will happen, but if it does, it will be met, obviously, with great force. We'll have no choice.
Alright, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles and great millstone. And Barakathum to you brothers that are teaching this truth with faith and sincerity. And yeah, man, I want to go into how, and I'm going to title this video, The War to End All Wars, man. And basically, World War III is about to pop off, man. This shit is finna go down, man. Because you see America steady placing these tariffs, these sanctions. Other countries can't do business like they want to. And it's fucking up their money, man. It's bottom line is fucking up their money. And these countries are getting fed up to America to the point where they're gonna go to war, man. And they gonna wipe this place off the fucking map, man. Okay? Because that's what it's all about. It's about money, man. And if you fuck with their money, they gonna come after you, man. And that's what America's doing right now. With all these sanctions and tariffs. Basically putting those tariffs on these countries. And countries can't do business like they want to do business, man. Which brings me into Revelation 17, chapter 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And the whore is America. Babylon the Great, man. And those 10 horns means, if you go into the word, it means powers, man. And the powers of the earth is going to hate the whore, America. And these other countries, EU, NATO, they beginning to hate the whore. Because America's even placing sanctions on them. Because basically America's put sanctions on Iran. And those other countries buy oil from Iran, driving the price up, man. Those other countries don't like that shit. They don't like the fact that America pulled out of that deal, out of that nuclear deal, man. They all got pissed off about that shit, man. and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, let me read that again. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked. How do you think another country or countries make something desolate and naked and burn her with fire? It's talking about those nuclear missiles, man. Those ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. That shit fly from continent to continent, man. And they gonna make this place, America, desolate and naked. Like in 2 Peter chapter 3, it goes into how those nuclear ICBM missiles are going to melt the elements, man. How it's going to come as a thief in the night to you people out here that don't know what the fuck going on, man. To you people out here that's watching the fucking finals, man. That's watching Drake call Draymond trash and shit. You motherfuckers don't even know that this country right here, America, has been getting flooded with rain, making the fucking agriculture go down, making the fucking food. The farmers can't even plant they fucking seeds, man. But you people not worried about this shit. It's finna be a fucking famine out here, man. Let me go ahead and get Isaiah. Go ahead and get Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5, man. And for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. And that's talking about how back in the day, when they had swords and arrows and they used to fight, man, and it was confused noise and blood on their garments. But not this, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. It's talking about this World War III that's gonna come, man. It's talking about these intercontinental ballistic missiles that's going to be shot all throughout the earth, but mainly here in America, man. And I want to go get Amos. Amos chapter 9, verse 8, man. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom. And that sinful kingdom is the most fucking sinful kingdom on earth, man, there ever has been. Is this place right here, man. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord, man. Because the 144,000 elect will be saved out of this shit, man. Will be saved out of that nuclear holocaust that's coming to America, man. That's coming to your fucking doorstep, man. Okay? And the salvation of the Israelites and the destruction of America is going to happen at the same time, simultaneously, man. It's going to happen at the same time. You going to look up, you going to see fucking nukes, and you going to see chariots, man. For you people out there that don't know, the chariots is what you call so-called UFOs, man. Okay? And you people you being fucking brainwashed to think that there's aliens out there. Like the video Apostle Tahar posted, and it showed some chariots in the sky, and there was this dumb nigga in the world, and his ass was aliens, telling the motherfucking police to shoot him, man. That's how wicked you dumb niggas is, man. And I want to get this the last chapter, the last verse I want to get, Salakia. I want to get Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah chapter 30. Verse 7. Alas, for that great day, Salakia, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man. Like I just said, these nuclear missiles are going to come simultaneously. And brothers are going to be getting beamed up right when them fucking nuclear missiles hit, man. And it's going to happen simultaneously. And the whole world is going to see the salvation of the Israelites and the destruction of America, man. And I'm going to do another video. On Ronald Reagan UN speech, man. About what he said about aliens once you come together. Because that's what's going to happen, man. When Yahweh Shai comes back on a chariot, all them different nations are going to band together and they're going to try to go up against Yahweh Shai, man. But Yahweh Shai ain't going to have to lift a damn finger to destroy all them motherfuckers, man. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles in Great Millstone. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. I hope you was edified.